Can everybody hear me? I used to coach cheerleading, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. First, I want to say welcome. I'm Lynn Brokus from New Hampshire. I am the current president and webmaster of the Prune Belly Syndrome Network. I've probably spoken to most of you on the computer. I would like to introduce Ann. Ann, turn around. I'm sure you've all met her as well. Ann is the treasurer for our website, but much more importantly, about 4 months ago, our convention organizer sort of disappeared from sight, and we haven't heard anything from her. And Ann from Wisconsin got in touch with the hotel, got in touch with the doctors, and Ann has whipped this whole thing together. Much work in a very short time, and how about we give her a round of applause, because that's amazing. Real quick, because we're running a little bit late, I had wanted to say a little bit about where we came from, and later we'll have a roundtable talking about where we're headed. In 1996, a man named Brian, and his last name begins with a B and I can't say it, who had Prune Belly Syndrome. He was a registered nurse. He started this network as a page of his family website. And from there, he incorporated it in the state of Connecticut and started it as a separate entity. My son was born in 1998, and it was probably October of 1999 when I found the website. Sorry, I cry easy, especially when I get tired. I spoke to Brian a lot on the phone. I never actually met him in person. And in April of 2001, April of 2000, Brian passed away from heart and lung complications, probably not related to Prune Belly Syndrome. He had been disabled for a long time. One of his goals had been to see people get together. He, I believe, was late 20s before he even knew what it was called, that it really was something, that he was not just some freak that had been born this way. It had a name, Prune Belly Syndrome, Eagle-Barrett Syndrome, and that potentially there were other people out there, and that's what made him start the website and kind of look for it. In 2001, April 2001, we held our first convention in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We had, I think, 19 families. I think 4 or 5 of them actually were females with Prune Belly Syndrome. And it was very, very well received. It was amazing for people to get together in the same room that had never imagined they would ever meet somebody else with the same syndrome. Currently, our Prune Belly Syndrome Network has approximately 550 members all over the world. We have many, many international companies. And in past conventions, we've had people come from Mexico, of course Canada, New Zealand, England, Ireland, Australia. We've also had a couple people in different countries offer to have a convention there some year, so who knows, maybe we'll go in some country someday. We have started a new support forum for you all, and I think many of you have not actually joined the new support forum. I do have my laptop here, and at some point when we have some free time, I will be down here, and I'd be happy to help anybody to join that has not already joined the new support forum. If you're a member of the old support forum, you need to rejoin, re-register again in order to see the new one. We will be having raffles. I do have a few things set up. We have 4 Reading Rainbow DVDs. I have a couple of little notepads. We have packets of pencils that are going to be raffled off. And the kid room is actually making 2 items. I guess I can actually tell you. There's going to be a rectangular tablecloth with the children's hands and footprints around the edges that they're going to raffle off. And they're making a little book from the kids about the convention and about Prune Belly Syndrome. So, raffle tickets are going to be $1 for 1, $5 for 7, and $10 for 20 raffle tickets. And tomorrow at noon we'll draw all the raffles. We're also going to have a 50-50 raffle if you choose to do that. And those tickets are going to be $5 each. And whoever's ticket we draw at the end will get half of the money that goes into that pot. The other half and all of the money from the other raffle is going back into the Prune Belly Syndrome Network. As I know you all know at this point, it's not cheap to have a convention. The hotels charge for the convention rooms, they charge for the speakers, they charge for the equipment, they charge for the food, and we try to make it so that the families don't have to pay all of those charges. And it winds up being anywhere from probably $13,000 to $16,000 each year that we pay to put on these conventions so that you guys can get together and meet. We will have some talk a little bit later about fundraising and things that you might be able to do if you'd like. I would like to get a picture of your family group before you leave. So if you're fixing to leave and you haven't had a picture yet, please find me. I like to keep a picture from each family group before you leave. We do have some items on the table. We have an online store for the Prune Belly Syndrome Network. It's accessible from our website. But we ordered some of the items. What we're going to do is we're going to have a paper. We're going to take orders. The first person on the list, well, there's only one, will take that item home with them. Everybody else will have to order it and have it sent to you. So if there's anything that you like, Ann, Kathy, or myself, oh, let me back up a whole lot. Kathy, turn around. Kathy is also another member of our board of directors. She's a member at large. She works on the convention committee. She helps with pretty much anything. She's in all kinds of things, so she's very helpful also. There will be t-shirts. You will each get a t-shirt from the convention at no cost to you. That's another thing that we try to fix in. And a tote bag, so that you can take that home. And you know, it's amazing how many people, well, Anna, is this yours? This was the one from last year, from the convention last year, from Philadelphia. And you know, if you carry this around and people go, Prune Belly Syndrome, what is that? Part of our big drive, one big piece of it is this, getting together and meeting people. Another big piece is the internet and the information. But a third piece is trying to get the word out that Prune Belly Syndrome does not mean the baby should be terminated because they cannot possibly live, and we hear that all the time. Prune Belly Syndrome does not mean the baby should be institutionalized because it can never be anything, and I've actually heard that recently. It's amazing the things that expectant mothers are told, and we are trying to get the word out to doctors, to families, neonatologists, perinatologists, urologists, that Prune Belly Syndrome is very livable. We have members in their 60s and one in his 70s, several in their 40s now. Oh gosh, I had a good thought and it just went out of my head just as fast as it went in just then. Another good thing, I do have a stack of business cards for anybody who would like to take some. One side says PBSN and the website, and you are not the only one. And the other side just says the website, and you are not the only one. Very generic, but I keep them in my purse, and anybody that asks what's Prune Belly Syndrome, you can just hand it out and say, check it out. This will tell you. So feel free to see me, or maybe I'll just put them up there for you to take. We also have a few of these up there which are free to take. It's a fundraising DVD. It talks about Prune Belly Syndrome. I believe we're showing it later when we talk about fundraising. Oh, next. Tugs at your heartstrings a bit, and you may need tissues. But you could take it to your local Lions Club, Rotary, I don't know what you have down here or across the country. Show it to them, see if you can get organizations behind. There we go. Kathy, Miss Vanna over here is showing it. If we run out, and you may have as many as you like, if we don't have any or as many.
You can also copy them. You can burn them yourself.
Right.
So
they are our
free
property.
to take
right.
one and copy them
right.
yourself.
Hand them out. I've handed them out to doctors more because I just want them to get to know about the website. I hand out we have the bracelets which are for sale as well over on the table. We have both sizes with us. Okay, I want to. Oh, good idea. Amy, stand up, please. Sure, thank you. I'm going to introduce the people that are running the kid room for you. I think they're going to have several other helpers, but Amy she's my oldest daughter. She has 11 years babysitting experience. She's a child photographer, college degree, and in January returned from Walt Disney World College program, so she has lots of experience working with children. She also does Tung Sudo, which is going to teach your youngsters the first form in karate.
No contact.
No contact at all. Katie.